first step towards online privacy. Get NordVPN.
This cryptocurrency listed on CoinGecko 15th May 2019 at a price of $2.62. Its all-time high, October 2021, was $4.20, and then it dropped. It dropped to about 30 odd cents, but lately, look what's happened here. It's bumped up again. It's pumped right up to currently $2.65. What cryptocurrency is it? Did you get in when it was 30 cents? Because I have covered it before. And how come the price is rising like this? And where's it going to go? That's what I'm talking about in this video. Hi everybody, it's Crypto Rich, working with you to get rich with crypto, filling our pockets with crypto profits. I am recording this video over Discord, which is why you're not going to see my handsome features, nor are you going to see the exceedingly handsome features of my guest, who's far too good looking and handsome to come onto the video. Now, before I introduce him, please subscribe, follow me on Twitter, CryptoRichYT, join my official Telegram announcements channel, and if you're watching this on YouTube, please come over to 3Speak Crypto Rich, which is bit.ly/CryptoRich3Speak, or you can come over to Odyssey, bit.ly/CryptoRichOdyssey. Same goes if you're watching this video on Rumble. I post more material on Odyssey and on 3Speak than I do in those platforms. All right. Hey, Mr. Quibbs, great to have you back. Thank you so much.
Hey, Rich. Yes, it's a pleasure, man. Good to be back. I think it's been a while since we recorded something for the last time.
Yes, it has been a while. Now, you're involved with this project. Let's not name it yet. But what is it you do with this project?
I do the marketing of their project and the community. And basically, I do this full time, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, let me see. What kind of project is it? I understand it's a privacy crypto?
Yes, it's a privacy coin, but also an ecosystem, or actually growing to become an ecosystem with a very important hard fork coming up in the next 4 weeks before the end of 2023, which introduces a whole set of new interesting features.
Okay, so let me ask you a few other questions without naming the project yet, and we will name the project, and we'll tell people where they can get this crypto should they wish to do so after having done their own research. Of course, none of this is investment advice. So proof of work, what sort of privacy protocol does it use? What's the structure of the team behind it?
So it's crypto node based.
Okay.
And it has a hybrid proof of work, proof of stake consensus algorithm.
Right. Hybrid proof of work, proof of stake. Now, it's not the only hybrid proof of work, proof of stake, because there are other projects. One of the projects that I've covered in ages ago, quite a lot, is Veriscoin. And I actually do want to mention Veriscoin, Mr. Quibbs, forgive me here, because I don't know if it was Zano, but I said in a previous video that perhaps it was Zano, that Zano was the only proof of work, proof of stake cryptocurrency project, but it's not the case. And it uses CryptoNote, which is the same protocol that Monero uses, and Monero is a proof of work crypto, which is that you essentially have to run it as miners, but this is part staked, so you get an income from staking it, and it's part proof of work, which means that you can mine it. And I imagine it's CryptoNote that you can mine it on a CPU, is that correct?
Well, that would be, it's possible, but it would not be worth it. It's better to mine with GPUs.
Right, okay, because there's so many people interested in this project, I imagine, and the hash rate has gone up. Okay, and the team, is it, how much did you raise in the ICO? What sort of Lambos do you all drive? Who are the venture capitalists behind this?
Watch collection, Rich. I'll send you a picture after the recording.
Okay.
No, so obviously Zano has never had an ICO.
Decentralized volunteer-run project?
Hello? Are you
Hi,
there?
I'm here. I'm here, Mr. Cripps. Is it a volunteer-run project, decentralized, or is there a company behind it, or something, or an organization?
No, it's run by by us four, which is me, Andre, Val, Pavel, and basically they are three developers, and then you have me who does the marketing and community side of the project. And Andre is also the guy who created the first CryptoNode code base. So basically, thanks to his work, the CryptoNode protocol exists, and that protocol is being used by Monero and hundreds of other privacy focused projects.
Right. Okay. And actually, what's amazing, is that Zano uses CryptoNote, but is also proof of stake, whereas Monero uses CryptoNote and is just proof of work. So there's no income from holding Monero in your own wallet. And I have featured Andre on my channel before. That was ages ago at your invitation. So thank you very much for that. It was great talking to him. Now, if people want to purchase Zano after doing their own due diligence, where's the best place to go?
Well, we have a number of exchanges now. It's improving a lot. You can get it on TradeOgre, you can get it on SegX, but you can also get it on Coin Exchange, coinex.com.
Yep.
And in a couple of weeks, there will be another exchange added, which I will not be able to comment further on, but there will be another one coming, so that's exciting.
Great. Okay. And what sort of wallet? Is it own proprietary wallet, or is it in any multi-currency wallet or a hardware wallet? I don't imagine it's in a hardware wallet because it's CryptoNote.
Not yet, but it's definitely possible, just as how you can hold Monero on the hardware wallet. However, you can hold your Zano on the mobile wallet that we have right now, or on the desktop wallet that we have. We are also working on a light wallet, so maybe in the form of a web wallet. So yeah, that's where you can hold your Zano at the moment. There's also a multi-coin wallet integrating Zano at the moment, which is Cake. Cake wallet is integrating Zano.
Okay.
For after the Zarkanium hard fork. So yeah, there's a number of wallets, and more are being worked on as we speak. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And then TradeOgre is I haven't looked at liquidity, but they specialize in privacy crypto, so people could sell their Monero and purchase Zano should they wish to do so, and have privacy and earn an income. And then the multi-currency wallets. I mean, you said one of the problems with Monero I found is because it's in Exodus, is it takes ages to update the blockchain and confirm the transactions. Is that the same problem with Zano?
I don't know about the integration Exodus has for Monero, but maybe it has to do with the blockchain size of Monero. I'm not sure if you would have to download the entire blockchain history
right.
to run Monero, or if you have that option, because that would be like, I think for Monero it's about 150 gigabytes at the moment.
Wow.
So that would definitely take you a while. But if you would be using a remote node or something, it should sync very fast. But with Zano, at the moment, I think the blockchain size is about 5 gigabytes.
Yeah.
So not that big yet, but it will definitely grow significantly from the moment we perform the Zarkanium hard fork, because it will introduce Ring CT, but also confidential assets.
Ooh. Well,
yeah.
This is interesting. Okay, and you said the name of it. It is Zano, and we're going to be talking about what's happening with Zano. And the website, if you want to go to, is zano.org, and it's there in front of the screen. But I'm just showing the price chart and on CoinGecko, and it looks like this is a large double bottom. And a double bottom is ordinarily bullish. So going back to May 2019 to where we are now, we have a couple of bottoms, a peak in the middle, and that is bullish. And I don't have the candlestick charts and stuff, and this is not trading advice, but we could be looking at a jump up to, from 30 cents to $2.60, another $2, over another $2 easily, and then resistance. In my amateur trading opinion, and I don't trade, And if you're taking financial advice from a social worker, oh dear, don't do that. Okay, all right. And how fast are the transaction times for Zano?
If you send a transaction, it should appear instantly in your wallet. So if I would send you one Zano right now, you would receive it instantly. But block time is 1 minute.
Okay.
And due to the nature of the blockchain, which is CryptoNote, you'd have to wait for 10 confirmations before the coins become unlocked, so usable. So before you would be able to resend them to someone else again. So that process would take you 10 minutes. But the coins should, they will appear instantly in the wallet.
Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Okay, so it launched in May 2019, around about then. Oh, it's less when it was listed. There's 4 people behind it running this. It uses CryptoNote, and one of the developers is the guy that invented CryptoNote, which is the protocol used by Monero. It's proof of work and proof of stake. Okay, and some very, very exciting things coming up, including this hard fork. So where do you want to start?
Yeah, let's go over the basics of the project. But first, let me state that saying that Andre invented CryptoNote would be an overstatement, because the CryptoNote protocol was invented by a guy named Nicholas van Saberhagen, which is a nickname like Satoshi Nakamoto, obviously. But Andre worked together with this guy and put his mathematical idea into a working protocol, like a working code base.
Right.
So basically, Andre worked together with this guy to turn it into an actual code base, and that became the CryptoNote code.
Right. Okay. Thank you for that.
Where to start? We could talk about the Zarkanium hard fork if you'd like. We could talk about the basics of the project. There's just so much ground to cover.
Okay, well, let's start with the basics of the project. Are there any basics that we haven't covered yet?
So Zano is CryptoNote based. Privacy coin, obviously, therefore. The hybrid proof of work, proof of stake consensus algorithm has to do with network security, so not so much with being able to get passive income from your stakings. However, it is way more infeasible, if that would be a nice word.
Unfeasible.
For people to attack the network if you're using a hybrid algorithm, because the attacker, if you would, for example, want to perform a 51% attack on Zano, you would need a significant portion of the hash rate and also a significant portion of the staked coins. So that would result in you having to buy millions of Zano coins on the open market, which would make the attack very expensive. So basically, it's like an additional layer of network security, you could say, over being 100% proof of work. Because with proof of work projects, you only need to have 51% hash rate. And with Zano, you need 51% of the staked coins and 51% of the hash rate, or if we go into the details of it, then the percentages would actually differ a little bit. If you have more hash rate, then you can have less percentage of the staked coins, and more of the staked coins, you can have less hash rate to attack. But in the end, it's all about the costs of an attack, and the costs of an attack on Zano would be significantly more expensive than the cost of being a full proof of work coin. So that's why we have this set.
Yeah, no, that's very, very clever. And for people who are new to crypto, because there are going to be more and more people new to crypto, what a double spend attack is when a hostile actor tries to take over the blockchain in order to print more coins for themselves. And when a cryptocurrency is resistant to a double spend attack, then it just makes it way more secure. And the thing that you're saying about Zano is 50%, they'd need 51% of the amount staked, which they'd have to go to the market, and they'd have to do it slowly, right? Or even if they did it quickly, it's like the price would just shoot up, and people would chase the price more than likely, and that would just make it more and more and more and more expensive, and make Zano more and more and more and more valuable. So Which I suppose, and then what would happen? You'd have more people rushing in, finding out about this great project. So if anybody wants to start buying the coins, go knock yourself out. All right. Anything else about the basics?
Yeah, so we can talk a bit about Zano's vision, where we want to go with the project. Because that's an interesting one as well. So Zano is not only functioning as peer-to-peer digital private currency, but it's also moving into the direction of becoming an ecosystem with many more features. So Zano is basically pushing the boundaries of what is possible with privacy tech. So for example, we have a feature called escrow contracts, which allow, and a marketplace API, which allow people to create decentralized on-chain marketplaces that are also completely private, of course, the transactions of it. So that's very exciting and a feature that no other project really has. And we are also working on Zarcanum hard fork, which introduces confidential assets and world's first truly private proof of stake scheme. Because it will be proof of stake with hidden amounts. So how that works is
okay. Now before we get into that,
so people
hold on. Before we get into that, I just want to say about the first thing that you said, the ecosystem that they're building, and being able to build on-chain applications. Because is Zano like Ethereum? You know, that you can have applications being run on it. How does it do that without getting too technical?
Well, in a way, yes, but also in a way, no. So if we get down to the technical details, you could say no, because Zano has no smart contracts, for example, no EVM machine. However, people will be able to... so what Zano is doing now is building the tools for developers to build other projects with, basically.
Right.
So what developers will be able to do is create privacy-focused projects on top of Zano. So, for example, people will be able to utilize the marketplace API to create decentralized private marketplaces. People would be able to utilize the confidential assets feature to create their own private tokens on top of the Zano blockchain, which can be used for a whole set of features, a whole set of things as well, like cross-chain liquidity tokens. You could make private versions of your assets. So, for example, ZBTC, ZETH. You could make a privacy stable token even. So it could be used but for a lot of things. And basically Zano is creating those tools for people to build upon.
That's incredible.
So you could say it would be the same as Ethereum, because you would have the token creation feature, but it would have the privacy at the core level, because Zano believes. So this is a funny thing that I actually tweeted about yesterday from Zano's main account. Is that if crypto ever wants to succeed, it needs to have privacy, because it was an old community manager of Zano who said this in one of the chats, and I found it a really nice comment of him, so that's why I decided to tweet about it. Is that if you have so let's say you're a bank. And your transactions get leaked, then it's a huge scandal, right? But if we are using a public chain, a transparent blockchain like Bitcoin or Ethereum, it's called the future, which is nonsense. Because basically your bank is the person who's protecting your privacy. And so why would we suddenly, if we take out the middleman, which is the bank, why would we then use transparent blockchains for this? This is like an unusable thing, you know. This is not usable for to release any stock market upon, just not usable in finance at all, because I would be able to see all your transactions, everything you did in forever will be online on the blockchain for everyone's eyes. And basically the people that are against privacy in crypto, because they say, oh, maybe we get regulations, crackdown, they're basically the people that are against the very nature of what crypto is created for. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's very good point, and it. You emphasize, and I'm emphasizing the importance of privacy, and that this privacy Privacy-focused cryptocurrencies are the antidote. They're our portal out of the coming central bank digital currency system. They're the exact opposite. With the CBDC, which the European Union, Britain, many other nations are developing, that the governments will be able to track every single purchase. Like, you won't be able to track my purchases necessarily on the British CBDC, Mr. Quips, but the government will be able to. They'll know when I'm buying too much meat. They'll be able to stop me from spending the money when I'm too far away from the house. They'll say, no, you've used up your carbon allowance, because it'll be linked to a carbon tracker. And that's the whole point of the whole climate change agenda, that CO2 is a proxy for human activity. It's not the critical factor when it comes to the Earth's climate. So privacy cryptocurrencies, decentralized privacy cryptocurrencies, are our portal, our gateway out of that techno-feudalism that CBDCs represent. Okay.
Yeah, but even if you are not looking at it from that perspective, if you are against privacy, then you are basically against crypto adoption as a whole. And then you're only here to speculate on its value and take other people's money, basically. That's what you're in crypto for then.
Right. No, that's also that's a very good point.
Crypto without privacy is just unusable. That's like, for example, if I would be able to follow all of Elon Musk's financial moves, people would mimic him. It's just an unusable system. It's just never going to work. It's just a fairy tale that transparent blockchains would be usable. If crypto ever wants to get real adoption, true adoption in the world, then it just needs to have privacy to be fungible. And that's basically what privacy is for, nothing more than that. It's just a basic feature of the blockchain.
No, that's a very good point. And another example is if we have two businesses, let's say a car repair shop, car mechanics, and one of them is using a transparent crypto, well, the competitor will be able to have some idea of how much money that mechanic is making and how much they're earning and who their customers are, their wallet addresses and everything. But you don't necessarily want your financial information to be available to your competitors. And this is where one application for privacy cryptos that would be valid right now, even before CBDCs. No privacy, no freedom. Okay, thank you, Mr. Quips. So you were going to go on to the hard fork next, I think.
Yes. So before the end of 2023, we have a hard fork coming up named Arcanum, which is also the name of the truly private proof of stake scheme. So more on that, to go a bit more in depth on what major changes it's gonna bring to Zano's blockchain, is world's first truly private proof of stake scheme. How that works is, in order to validate someone's stake, that person or entity would need to reveal the amount that he or she is staking, and therefore people always thought that privacy would never be possible. Blockchain.
Yes.
Proof of stake blockchain, sorry. But the Zano team figured a way to do it. So we created proof of stake with hidden amounts. So people don't need to reveal the amount that they are staking anymore to the public, but still be able to stake in complete privacy, which is not only big for Zano, but big for all of crypto, I'd say, because it's just a major development in the world of cryptocurrencies on a consensus level,
That's amazing.
So that's what's going to change.
And
that's going to...
Just for people to get how amazing that is, right? Proof of stake means, let's say I've got 100 Zano coins, I have them in my wallet, and I'm receiving rewards for holding them in my wallet. That's how proof of stake works. And what proof of stake does is it secures the blockchain. So the blockchain needs to know how many I've got. Let's say the interest rate is 10% per annum. And I hold those coins. Well, it needs to know that I've got 100 coins to reward me 10 coins over the course of that year. But with a privacy crypto, how's it going to know that I've got 100 and perhaps Mr. Quips has got 1,000? He should be getting more. So then that data needs to be public in some way. But you're saying that Zano have developed a way where the blockchain knows, but other people don't know. And the risk of the blockchain knowing and other people not knowing is you then have auditing problems. That somebody come along, okay, well, Rich has only got 100 Zano, but I like him, so I'm going to reward him 1,000 Zanos worth, as if he's got staked 1,000 Zano. So I'm curious, without getting too technical, how come Zano has managed to get around this problem?
Then I would have to get you Sol. He's the mathematical master brain behind Arcanum, and it has been co-authored by Co, which is Monero's lead researcher, I believe.
Okay.
So they basically work together, Monero's lead researcher and Zano's lead researcher, on this proof of stake scheme. And they would be able to tell you how they did it. But it's also over the top of my head, to be honest.
No problem. It's a little bit like, I don't need to know how a fridge works. I just need to know that it works, which I can tell, and then how to use it. Open the door, put the food in. Open the door, take the food out. That's pretty much it. Okay.
Yes, but very important here is that obviously code is open source, and so it is all verifiable, and also the mathematical paper is on our website, the research paper, where you can find all the math on how it works. So all those details are out there in the public.
Fabulous. Thank you. All right. What else about the hard fork?
Yeah, so it's also a privacy upgrade because of what I just mentioned. Obviously, our proof of stake side of our consensus will now also be private, and Zano will also add ring CT. So all amounts will be hidden from the moment we hard fork, and maybe the most exciting feature would be the confidential assets feature, which allows people to create privacy tokens on top of Zano's blockchain, which opens up massive use cases.
That's amazing. Okay, we'll come to those in a moment. So ring signatures is another privacy feature that you're adding, therefore, I suppose, making it even more private, that essentially... Ring CT, that essentially hides the amounts being sent and received, so nobody can see those. Okay, great. And that's coming with a hard fork. And then confidential assets. Explain those.
Yeah, so confidential assets is basically just like any other token creation on any other blockchain that you know. Mm-hmm. But the significant difference is that Zano's confidential assets, as the name says, confidential, the tokens will remain completely private. So, yeah, that's huge in my opinion. Like, people will be able to create their own privacy assets for a whole set of reasons. We will also release a grants program where people could then apply, or not really apply, but send in their idea of what they want to realize, what they want to build on top of Zano. And then if the community would agree, then we could allocate them a grant so they could start realizing their idea. And this way we will kickstart the development of countless of other projects building on top of Zano, just as how you have thousands of projects building on top of Ethereum for now, for example, or on Avalanche, or you name it, but then on a truly private ecosystem.
Wow, okay. That's amazing. And then what sort of projects can people create? What will they do? Do you have any ideas? Have people said anything?
Well, yeah, there's already a couple of projects waiting for this Arcanum hard fork to happen. They already made their preparations. So there's a project. I will not be able to disclose the names of these projects now, obviously, but I can explain what they're doing.
Sure.
So, for example, there's a project that has a transparent blockchain, but they want to release a private version of their coin on top of Zano. So that's perfectly possible. So you could create private versions of transparent coins or tokens, and then create a bridge, so you can opt in and opt out of privacy with those tokens. But you can there's also a project working on a privacy stablecoin. So a project will release a privacy stable token or stablecoin on top of Zano. Yeah, many things you can create with this. Basically, everything that tokens are being used for on top of Ethereum. So that's a whole set of of possibilities. But then with privacy, so it also adds a whole new set of potential use cases because of the privacy.
Right. Okay. Wow. Everything that's on top of Ethereum pretty much could be created as a confidential asset on the Zano blockchain. That is quite something.
Yeah.
And
And for example,
go on.
oh yeah. So for example, when you transact on Ethereum, it says cryptorich.eth transacted 300 USDT to Mr. Quims, right? So it names you the amount that you sent. It names you the token that you sent me, the date. Basically, it gives you a whole lot of information, right?
Yeah.
But on Zano, it is not possible to determine the sender of a transaction. So you will not see that I sent that to you. It is not possible to determine the receiver of the transaction. It is also not possible to determine if more than one transaction was sent to the same recipient. It is also not possible to determine which asset was involved in the transaction. So you will not have a clue if it was Zano that was being sent, or ZBTC, or this private stablecoin that will have a different name. You will not be able to see what type of asset was sent. And you will also not be able to see the amount that was sent. So no information there. And also it will be infeasible to trace the IP of the users, because we make use of IP obfuscation in the wallets. So basically you are releasing no links, no data, as less as possible. There's just no links for you to work with as a chain analysis, basically.
Wow. That's very, very good. That is very, very good, because no freedom without privacy. And the more privacy you have, the greater potential there is for freedom and sovereignty as well. Okay, thank you for that. And the hard fork's happening in, you said, about 4 weeks' time. So like end of the year?
Yeah, we haven't set a hard date for it still, because the guys are still busy on the last couple of things. But we're still on track to release Zarkanium and perform the Zarkanium hard fork before the end of the year. So we still have about 27 days left a year now. So it will most likely happen somewhere in the next 27 days.
Right, okay. And then if somebody holds Zano, is there anything that they need to do if they've got Zano in their mobile wallet or something?
I don't think so. Probably update their wallet, but other than that, they don't have to. They don't have to merge to their coins to something else or anything. They just have to update the wallet. That's all.
Great. Okay, very good. All right, what else do you want to let us know?
What questions do you have for me, Rich?
Well, I'm actually going through the website, which is very, very simple and also very, very clear. So you've got the privacy upgrade internal testnet that's been completed, confidential assets we've talked about, the hard fork, which is happening in the next few weeks or so, Zano Companion, a browser extension that enables authentication and connects the Zano wallet to web applications.
Yeah, so that's an interesting one. So let's see if I can come up with a... Yeah, so for example, MetaMask, MetaMask is a browser extension wallet. It will be like MetaMask, but then for your Zano coin. So it links your Zano desktop wallet to
the browser extension.
To web applications, basically. So you will be able to. So Zano also has a feature called aliases.
Yep.
So you can, for example, which is linked to your long address of confusing characters, So instead of this long confusing string of characters, I will be able to send you money to CryptoRich. That could be your alias from Zano. And you could use this alias for authentication on web applications. So how that works is it's basically your decentralized ID.
Right.
So Zano is working on peer-to-peer exchange platform, but also Zano Trade, which is a decentralized exchange. But also, Zano has, for example, the marketplace API, which allows other people and projects to build marketplaces with. So we have a guy in the community named Kexploit who's creating the Zano Bazaar, which is the first decentralized private marketplace running on top of Zano's blockchain. And you would be you could sell all kinds of goods there as crypto rich. Basically this crypto rich username or alias will be used for authentication. So, for example, if you would have reviews as a seller, people could leave a review that Crypto Rich is a solid seller, a nice guy, and always sends what he promises you. So that's what it can be used for. But also for authentication on the decentralized exchange, for example, on Zano Trade, which is the name of the platform, which we're also rolling out after this Arcane hard fork. So what Zano is creating there is a decentralized exchange where users will be able to trade the Zano coin with all the confidential assets. So the confidential assets will not have to be listed on any centralized exchange if they don't want to be listed there. They can just be transacted freely and completely decentralized on Zano's decentralized exchange named Zano Trade.
That's amazing. That can open up loads. Okay, very good. And
I'm just amazed by what these guys are creating on a technological level.
Yeah.
Because they are making centralized exchanges completely obsolete, while sticking to OG crypto values, like decentralization, security, privacy, but still expanding the limits of what's possible with crypto while sticking to those OG values.
Yes. Now I'm going to link to the website, and people can go through the roadmap as well as read about the blogs and how to get involved in this project. There's just way too much, and we haven't even covered what you've got coming up in 2024, and I'm sure what you're going to have coming up after that in 2025 as this project grows and builds. So if people want to participate, they can do so maybe through the Telegram, Discord, also on Twitter. Anything else you want to say before we finish up, Mr. Quibbs?
I don't think so. There's a couple more things we could talk about. We could go on for hours, like a Zano governance system, which is Zano devs found a way to allow stakers on the Zano's blockchain to be able to anonymously vote on important decisions. So that's something that we'll be rolling out in par or slightly after this Arcane hard fork as well. So then we could basically ask our stakers on their opinion whilst they stay anonymous. So this is basically like a decentralized, like a DAO, but then anonymously again.
Very cool. Very, very, very cool.
And there's a shit ton of things coming in 2024. We have big marketing plans, a grants program I could talk more on, but maybe that's nice for another video.
That would be nice for another video. Always enjoy having you on. I think because thanks to you. Oh, you've got a Telegram group, Pursuit of Privacy, which has lots and lots of different privacy projects participating, sharing information, people that follow privacy. So I'll link to that in the description below, and people should go check that out because you have connected to me some other really great privacy projects. But this sounds particularly exciting. And just thank you very, very much. And if you're watching this, do take a look at it. Do check it out. Share and spread this video. And between now and when I see you next, please keep filling your pockets with Zano profits. This is Crypto Rich and Crypto Mr. Quibbs signing out. All the best. Bye-bye.